Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. So today we are predicting Premier League Game Week 24, that is right. In this series I talk about each side, give you some details about each side, then give you my prediction at the end of that conversation. So like to stay video and hit that like button, subscribe if you're not ready. Without further ado, let's begin predicting our Premier League Game Week 24. First we've got Brighton versus Everton. So Brighton lost 2-1 to Fulham by a last minute goal by Harry Wilson yet again, alright. And so now that has dropped them down to 12th place in the table, okay. But like I say guys, the top half of the table and to the middle half of the table, it's very, very tight. So Brighton aren't out of the top 7 just yet to the end of the season because, you know, there's still so many games to play, and the Brighton will have a good end to the season. They have just refused a deal for Lewis Dunk, their captain, so obviously that means he's going to be staying. I like Lewis Dunk, very good player. So very, very underrated in my opinion, Lewis Dunk, very underrated, okay. But anyway, they're up against Everton, who drew 1-1 with Leeds, okay. In my opinion, Everton did not create enough chances against Leeds. They did get the point. Terry Barry yet again on the score sheet. I do like Terry Barry, guys. You know, he works hard. His play all round is very good. They did welcome back Dewsbury Hall though, so obviously they lost Grealish, I think, to the end of the season because obviously injury. But they have welcomed back Kieran Dewsbury Hall, so that's a big, you know, it's a big boost for Everton right there. So just on that alone, guys, I've got this game to end as a draw. That's right, this game to end as a 1-1 draw. Next, we've got Leeds versus Arsenal, guys. So Leeds, like I say, got a point against Everton. Good point indeed for Leeds right there. And you know what, guys? Leeds are playing some slick football. I watched them against Everton and they're playing some good football. And you know what? It's good to see. Obviously, Leeds are definitely a Premier League side. Obviously, in the recent times, they have been struggling to stay in the Premier League. Obviously, every year, you know, they come up, they come down, they come up, come down. So hopefully now they've got a bit of stability in the side with Daniel Farke. I know he gets criticised a lot by a lot of Leeds fans, but you know what, guys? I do like Daniel Farke. You know, he's very underrated in my opinion. They're up against Arsenal, who lost 3-2 to Man United again. And that is really spiced up this season, okay. That is really spiced up the season because now second and third are only 4 points behind leaders Arsenal. So that defeat to Man United has really opened up this title race, saying, oh boy, with 14 games left to play, it's going to be an exciting second half to the season. And you know what, guys, Arsenal, you know, Arsenal have not picked up points enough in the last 4 to 5 games. So they drew to Forest, lost to Man United, so they are losing a few points, okay. That has really spiced them up, alright. And I do have Arsenal to bounce back this week and beat Leeds. That is right, I got Arsenal to beat Leeds 2-1. Next we've got Wolves versus Bournemouth. So Wolves, guys, lost 2-0 to ManCity, which ended a 4-game unbeaten streak. So I think it's not been 100% confirmed yet, guys, but you know, it's very close to them being relegated already. Obviously they're too far behind. They're sitting massive. They sit so far in the relegation zone. To get out of the relegation zone, they need 17 points in their next 14 games. Obviously, because Forest are on 25, Wolves on 8. So, yeah, I think Wolves left it a little bit too late, alright. And guys, I have heard Wolves are set to sign Angel Gomez. That is right, Angel Gomez from Marseille, centre midfielder, England international, top player in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know how they're going to get him. I really don't understand how they're going to get him. But they are about losing Strand Larsen as well, which in my opinion has not been good enough this year. So to get £40 million for Strand Larsen, I think that's a good deal for Wolves right there. But anyway, they're up against Bournemouth, who beat Liverpool a massive 3-2. That is right, man. Bournemouth have pushed up to 13th in the league, okay. So you guys, who would have thought, losing Semenyo, their best player, and they're doing even better without him. I've got Bournemouth, guys, to beat Wolves an easy 2-0. Chelsea versus West Ham, London derby clash. That is right, guys. So Chelsea in their last 2 games have won 2 on the bounce. Liam Rosenar, you know, I can see a little bit of a difference, guys, between these sides now. Obviously, between Enzo and Liam, I can see a massive difference in their way they're playing. It is now coming to terms of the way Liam Rosenar loves to play, and it is working. Literally, guys, it is working. You say, I think they're playing some good stuff, alright. The unsettled players in the squad right now with Sterling and also with ColePalmer. Apparently ColePalmer is missing his mates back in Manchester, and he would love to sign for Man United. So I don't know, man. I think that is one to keep an eye on, guys, till the end of the transfer window. I think something will happen between ColePalmer and Chelsea. In my opinion, that's what I believe I think will happen. They're up against West Ham, who are looking like a different team this time around, okay? In the last 2 games, they have won 2 on the bounce, beating Spurs and also beating Sunderland. That is right, man. So 2 massive wins right there. They do remain 5 points in the relegation zone for safety, but they keep doing what they are doing, picking up these massive points. Alright, and yeah, they could be okay. They have just signed Adama Traore from Fulham. In my opinion, very overrated, but when he gets running at you, when he gets running and sprinting, he's one of the fastest players in the world, alright? And if they can get him playing, I think with Traore, guys, it is his final ball. He can't cross the ball, he can't pass the ball, but give him that space, he'll just attack you. And you know what? That could be a good boost for West Ham, because they do need some attacking players in their squad. So we'll see what happens. We've got Chelsea to beat West Ham, an easy 2-0. Next, Liverpool versus Newcastle. There are only 3 points between these sides, alright. So Liverpool lost 3-2 to Bournemouth, which ended their 4-game drawing streak. That is right, guys. In Liverpool's last 4 games before this game, they drew 4 on the bounce, and that is just not good enough. They have now dropped down to 6th place in the league, alright. They're on about sacking on Slot, which in my opinion is very stupid, because he just won them the Premier League, for God's sake, you know. But Liverpool, guys, want success, and this season, the players, man, you know, the players are lacking a little bit. I think, in my opinion, it is due to the age of the players. Obviously, you got Salah, 33, you got Van Dijk, who's getting old right now, you know, Alex Robinson, who's set to leave. Obviously, Liverpool needs success, and I don't know if Arne Slot will last till the end of the season, alright. They're up against Newcastle, who lost 2-0 to Villa, but somehow they still sit in 9th place in the league. But that's because before these games, before this Villa game, they went on a 3-game win streak, and then drawing 1 before this game. So, you know, they picked up some good points in the last 5 weeks, but obviously that Villa loss to Newcastle dropped them down to 9th place in the league. But again, they've still got Champions League football to play for, so this could be a very good game in my opinion. But I do have this game to end as a boring draw. That is a 1-1 draw. Villa versus Brentford. Villa beat Newcastle, guys, to move them up 4 points away from leaders Arsenal. That is right, man. They have literally 4 points behind leaders, so they are in a shot for the title this year. They have just signed a massive key player, Tammy Abraham, come back after 8 years at the club, £18 million. Something is lacking with Tammy Abraham. I'm not sure what it is. They have signed him back for £18 million, and it could be a success. It could be a success, but I don't know. Tammy Abraham, guys, it's just very bang average. When these players come back after so many years, they seem to do okay. So we'll see what happens with Tammy Abraham, but I think Villa fans are excited by that. We'll see what happens. They're on about also signing Douglas Luiz as well, who they got rid of, again, 3 years ago. About to sign him again on a full-time contract. So Villa are signing all these old boys again. It's good to see, anyway. But anyway, they're up against Brentford, who also lost 2-0 to Nottingham Forest. They have now lost 2 on the bounce, considering how well they're doing. They do remain in 8th place though, so overall still a very good season, Europa League spot. So Brentford, man, are such a good side to watch. But this will go one way for me, guys. I've got Villa to beat Brentford 2-1. Man United versus Fulham. Alright, so Man United, wow. Michael Carrick has really brought this factor back in Man United. That is right. If Michael Carrick has brought this identity back into Man United, it's great to see, to be fair. They are playing some good stuff. Really are solid at the back. Yes, conceded 2 goals against Arsenal, but they are really solid. You know, the counter-attacking football that I watched when they scored, when Mbomo scored, that counter-attack was huge, man. Such a massive counter-attack. Michael Carrick, man, he is... whatever that guy is doing, it is working. It's great to see because now they're sitting 4th place in the league. And guys, Carrick is only there until the end of the season. But if he keeps doing what he is doing, there's no doubt in the mind that he will get this job full time. So far, so good for Michael Carrick. How are you Man United fans feeling? Let me know down below in the comments. The fact he's brought the factor, the identity back in Man United is good to see because, you know, I do like Man United, but obviously in the last 10 years, 15 years, they have not been great since obviously Alex Ferguson left. But Michael Carrick is the man for the job. He's been there all his life. He knows what it is like, so we'll see what happens. They're up against Fulham. Fulham beat Brighton 2-1, okay. Massive result for them. They're now pushed up to 7th place in the table. That is right, 7th in the league, alright. In their last, obviously, 9 weeks ago, they were near bottom of the league. Now they've moved up to 7th place in the table. Europa League spot, fighting spot. So you know what? I love to see Fulham get that spot because they deserve this shit. They've done super well. Good football, you know, they're scoring late winners all the time. So, but just on that, I've got Man United to beat Fulham, only a 1-0 win. That is right, man. Michael Carrick has done so well. I can't go against them at the moment. Forest versus Crystal Palace. So Forest, guys, in their last 3 games, they've won 2 and drew 1. They just beat Brentford 2-0, which is now slowly, guys, moving them away from the drop zone. They sit a good 5 points clear from the drop zone. So Sean Dyche has got them moving away in the right direction from the bottom 3. So you know what? Sean Dyche came in. A lot of people disrespected him. A lot of Forest fans didn't want him. But what he's saying now, man, I think he's a good manager. One thing you do get with Sean Dyche is the solid defensive showings. That is right. He may not play the best, the sexiest football, but he gets you playing some solid defending and, you know, team morale and team spirit, and that is all you can ask for. Right, they're up against Palace, who are slowly dropping down the league, guys. They are slowly dropping. I'm not surprised though, because they have had such an awful last month or so. In their last 5 games, they've drew 2 and lost 3 on the bounce. So you know what, due to the news recently, obviously Eze leaving, Ola Glasner is set to leave, Mateta is set to leave, you know, it has been an awful last month for Palace, and I can't see this one ending any other way than a Forest win. That's why, guys, I've got Forest to beat Palace 2-1. Spurs versus Man City. Spurs drew 2-2 with Burnley, alright. In their last 5 games, they have drew 3 and lost 2. Spurs only sit 8 points above the drop zone, and yeah, and what is happening at Spurs yet again? What is happening at Spurs, man? There's no news about them signing anyone just yet. They're signing that Souza. Is it Souza? I don't really know much about him. I don't know what he is. I don't know where he plays. But, you know, Spurs, man, they are such a weird side, aren't they? Because obviously when last season as well, obviously they were like, I think they were like 17th. Just survived the drop zone last year. If Leicester, Southampton and Ipswich didn't have a poor season, then Spurs could have been relegated. But you know what, again, it's not happening. A lot of fans want Thomas Frank out, and the way it's going right now, you know, I can't see any other way. You know, what happens next with Spurs, man? Anyway, they're up against Man City, who bounced back from an awful last couple of games. Obviously in their last 5 games, they drew 3 on the bounce, won 1 and lost 1. So not great form either, but somehow they still sit 4 points behind leaders Arsenal. So Man City will need to try and close the gap soon, alright. But yeah, they just signed Mark Gay as well. Obviously 2 clean sheets for him now. It's crazy, man, how many players they are signing. Can this kickstart their season again after these wins? Because obviously they've not been great the last 5 weeks. So we'll see what happens. So just on that, guys, I've got Man City to beat Spurs, a massive 3-0. We are down to the final game of this game week. It is Sunderland versus Burnley. Sunderland lost 3-1 to West Ham, and that's a big bit, you know, that's a bit of a loss. Alright, in the last 5 games, they have drew 2, lost 2 and won 1, so they're now dropped down to 11th in the table, alright. I think it's the workload, in my opinion, guys. It's the workload of the Premier League, the cups and everything, you know, it's slowly catching up to Sunderland. As well, they didn't have their main man, Yannick Xhaka was injured, so that's a big, big loss. Burnley, in their last 3 games, have drew 3 on the bounce, right? They drew 2-2 with Man United, 2-2 with Liverpool, and 2-2 against Tottenham. That is right, man. So 3 big teams right there that got a point against each time. So that's good thing for them. All right. Do remain 10 points though away from safety, so they've got a lot to do. All right, but it's still doable. It's still doable. They are just about to sign James Ward-Prowse. In my opinion, very underrated player, and you know, he will definitely strengthen that squad up, and you know, maybe he can become a World Cup England squad player. I'm not too sure, but very good player. I do like James Ward-Prowse. But anyway, the way Burnley are and the way Sunderland have been recently, I've got this game to end as a draw. That is right, guys. I've got this game to end as another 1-1 draw. And there we go, guys. That's my Premier League Game Week 24 prediction. If you did it, any of my decisions, let me know down below in the comments. Let's have a debate in the comments section. Anyway, guys, thank you for today's video. I'll see you guys next week for a brand new one. Good. Have a good weekend, by the way. Good, and good night.